Hello, Beez Bladers. Welcome back and welcome newcomers to the channel. I have a brand spanking new best tech to share with you guys and gals today. And you know what I'm about to say, right? You know what I'm going to say? I hope you're having a fan-freaking-tastic day. Actually, I usually say I hope you're having a fantastic day. Sometimes I say the other, but let's not digress. Here we go. Let's not digress, baby. This is the new best tech Manta Day. Would you look at it? Just look at it and all of its manta-dayness. This was designed by a 12-year-old boy named Lucas, and one of his favorite animals, or insects rather, is a mantis, a praying mantis. And wait until you see this blade. I've not seen it in person. I'm seeing it right along with you, but I get the whole insect vibe. I think this is probably like the body of the praying mantis. This is G10. There are, 5, 6, 7 different variants of this bad boy, and I'll probably flash some of those across the screen here in just a momento. But giving you a nice look, a nice close look. You know what? This kind of looks like micarta, but there's no way this is micarta because it's way too slickery. This has no texture. There is just a little bit of palpable texture on these little indentations right here, the little bit of milling. There you see Best Tech knives, and oh yeah, it's peeking out. Look at that. A little bit of 14C 28N, baby. Okay, what we got here? We got, ooh, nice we have a Jimpiv Gressing. Have you ever seen a Jimpiv Gressing? Oh my gosh, this is going to be fun. Are you ready? Pow! Right in the kisser. Oh my goodness gracious. Now, I got this one for a particular reason. Most of them come with a regular grind blade, but I haven't shown a serrated blade. I don't know if I ever have. Maybe once or twice. So I was like, you know what? Let's do something different. Let them know that if they're not into serrated blades, they don't have to get one. They have the regular option. And oh my goodness, this is sharp. There's a lot of reasons to have a serrated blade, and maybe I'll get into that here in just a minute. But if you don't like this type of blade, you can imagine one of the other ones and then just go right along with me for the ride. So this has a very nice black stonewash on it. I love that it's 14C. Now this particular one, it doesn't have a sharpening choil. I imagine the other one's probably going to look the same, and it is sharpened on one side. That way, if you have a small conical diamond sharpener, you would need the two sizes, and then you could easily sharpen this up and then flatten this side out. So they're not that difficult to sharpen, and this would be really good if you cut straps or if you cut rope or anything of that nature. This is something that's really good to get inside, and you just pull and it just oh my goodness. I've carried a Leatherman with me, and one of the blades that I use for cutting rope or things like that is definitely a serrated blade. So that is pretty neat. Now let's check a lookout. This has medium lockup. It's right in the middle. And what's our centering? Our centering is centered. This is a right side tip up only carry. It's a wire clip. I do like wire clips. Now the only thing I would have to say about this one in particular is that this screw right here is taking up a lot of room for it when you're going in and out of your pocket. That's going to be a snagger. So some type of flat screw, or maybe a different way of integrating this wire clip onto the handle, would have been more appreciated, just because you only have this much room. So when your pocket gets to this point right here, it is going to be a little grabby. You have a nice long G10 back spacer there that matches it. And I like this one because it's all blacked out. Now let's see. You know what? It comes flying out with authority. And the disengagement of that liner lock is very smooth. That is easy to do, so I don't have any complaints. Even though there's not much in the way of pass-through, there's just enough that when you slide your thumb over, it engages that without having to dig your thumb in. So that is much appreciated. The action is very snappy. It's smooth. I wonder if we can do a little reverse flick. Yeah, you can reverse flick this, and you know what? Oh, yeah. All right. For all you folks that, maybe you're getting into it, you need something to defend yourself against a big bag of mulch. You can whoosh, if that's your sort of thing or your type of thing. Now, this bad boy from tip to tip is 6.94 inches long, 176 millimeters. It's 4 inches long closed, 102 millimeters. Your blade is 2.94 inches or 75 millimeters. This is a liner lock. stock. The finish is very good. The fit, oh wow, it is solid. There's no wiggle, no jiggle. It's nice and solid, so I have no complaints with the fit or the finish or the action for that matter. Let me give you a couple quick size comparisons. Let's see what it looks like next to some popular knives. I'm going to put some of the regulars up here just so you get an idea. You see here, this is the Civivi Elementum 2 button lock, and then here is the CJRB Pyrite. So it's in the medium size category. It's not a large knife, and I will say it's not a heavy knife either. I was very surprised at how lightweight it is, and I do like some of the other colorways and some of the other options that you have for it. And then, you know, we got to have the QSP Penguin, because everybody should have a penguin, right? If not just for the size comparisons when you're watching Beez, you know what I'm saying? And here is the Vosteed Raccoon. Raccoon's a little bit bigger. This is very slender. Let's check out the ergos. That's what I'm interested in. How's this going to be in the hand? For all you new folks to the channel, my hand is 4 inches from here to here, 3.5 from here to here, and from the bottom of my palm to the tip of my middle finger is 7.25. Now, holding it in this fashion, like in the typical hammer grip, let's see how she feels. Giving it a little bit of the Beez squeeze. I'm feeling the pocket clip right along here, and that would probably be because you have a contoured scale going on. So the clip is going to be more pronounced because you're not having anything on your hand over here. It's not hateful. This is a smaller knife. I would say if you have small to medium sized hands, you're going to enjoy this a little bit more in the classic grip or the hammer grip. Now, holding it like this, it is definitely a little small for my hand, so I can't judge that pocket clip too harshly just because of the size of this knife. Knowing that if my hand were smaller, that pocket clip would be landing in a different spot. But with a wider hand like mine, it's kind of warmish, kind of poking me just a little bit because there's no room, there's no handle out here. Now, here is something else. This jimping, jimping is sublime, absolutely sublime. This is, I mean, you talk about locking you in. My thumb is not going anywhere. And I imagine if you're holding this in the reverse grip, this is the most comfortable grip. And this may very well be the purpose of this knife. If it's a self-D type knife, you know, if you got to ward off some big bags of marshmallows or something like that at a cookout, I imagine this right here is definitely very comfortable, a comfortable way to hold it. Now, this would be a nice little neat knife to have to carry every day, especially if you like this hawkbill style. And let's take a look here. Looks like it has a very good edge. And you know, that's the difference between this one and the other ones, is that the serrated is only sharpened on one side. And you know, I'm glad I got it because I don't ever show serrated blades, and I often get questions as to, do you carry them? Do you ever have them? I don't often carry them other than like in my Leatherman, but I am very curious. Let me know if you ever carry a serrated blade, or if you always do, or do you prefer a knife that has a regular grind till about right here and then has serrations in the back? There's a lot of uses for them, and I want to hear some ideas. Let me know. Inquiring minds like me want to know. So this is the new Bestech Mantidae. I don't have any complaints. You know, it's a tad small for my hand, and you know, just the way the design is. If I was using it for self-defense or something of that nature, I wouldn't have any problems. That would definitely serve in that purpose. I'm not familiar with how to do that. That's not my thing. I use knives as a tool myself, but I'm very curious to hear what you think about this one and all of the other versions. There's 7 different variants of this bad boy, and it's very impressive whenever you get a knife that's developed or designed by a youngster. That's always very exciting to know that youngsters are into the outdoors and things like this. So tell me what you think. Give me a big thumbs up, and then go watch this video. You'll really enjoy that. And until I see you again in the lives or the chats or at the Hive streams on Friday nights, remember, live life in the present, keep a Band-Aid handy, and don't cut yourself.